behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Mash TV. Palm Mash TV.
Well, hello there. It's Paul Mash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us. We got another great interview coming up in just a moment. But if you haven't already, click that subscribe button and bell buttons below you there. And anytime a new episode comes your way, you'll be notified. You can check that out. And leave a comment on the comment section if you like. We'd love to hear from you there. And if you pay attention to the description part of this listing, and as well as the closing credits at the end of the show, you will have contact info so you can contact us. So we'd love to hear from you there. So stay tuned for that. From Willard, Utah, we have Kim Creager with us. He's a very awesome artist, as always, and I think you're really going to love this guy, and we're going to get to that in a second, but first, here's a quick word from the Caden Gordon Show, so don't go away. We'll be right back right after this.
It is Caden from the Caden Gordon Show, today's best country mix. Check out my show at thecadengordonshow.com.
Okay, we're back, and with us from Willard, Utah today, we have Kim Creager. Thanks for joining us, Kim.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here.
Yeah, no problem. I'm glad to have you here today. Let's start with your story, because, everyone has their own start on how music, began for them. I mean, have you always wanted to be one since you were a kid, maybe film much later? But tell us in your own words. We'd love to hear your story.
Well, when I was a kid, we would sit and listen to all those. Remember those records that back when they sold a record.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm.
And I remember my parents bought all those records saying, like the 60s or the 70s, and they would have all the hit songs from those years. And we were listening to those, and we would act like we were doing air band. One of us was on a toy playing the keyboard and the other is the drums. And it was, always wanted to do that. I remember as little as 2 years of age, I taught myself how to play the drums, and listened to the Beatles and listened to all the different various Sgt. Pepper's albums. I'd wear out the needles and have to replace those. It's something that people don't really understand nowadays, and I progressed into listening all kinds of music, Boston, Van Halen, the first albums, and really, when I was listening to those songs and even Jethro Tull, of course, we listened to about everything you could get your hands on. And I always had a desire to write music. Even when I was a little kid, I would come up with little jingles and songs and sing them around the home. And then I had a mother who tolerated me. She tolerated me playing the drums all the time. Maybe not the neighbors, but my mother allowed me to practice at any time that I wanted to sit down on the drums. And sometimes I'd practice 3 or 4 hours a day. And it was a blessing, really, because it kept me out of a lot of trouble because I was so busy practicing. And, I'd listen to Rush, and I'd listen to all, remember ELO?
Right.
My sister was into that and Kiss and everything. I wanted to have a big giant drum set like Peter Criss. And I did. I do several. I evolved and started listening to other drummers, and Thomas Lang is one of my favorites. And Tony Royster Jr. is another drummer that I really loved listening to. And there are just a lot of drummers. There are different bands. I'm really involved with listening to a lot of classic music.
Mm-hmm.
And Rachmaninoff, um, Chopin, Debussy. There's just a wide variety of stuff that I really loved, and I really loved the tenacity, the fierce drumming of Buddy Rich. It was just a different level. It was so intense, and I loved it. And later on, I got into Steve Vai and melodic type of guitar work, and I can come up with this stuff. And on these songs, Mike Fierstadt, that's FJ, spelled FJ. Mike Fierstadt is really the one who interpreted what I wanted, and he's just an excellent guitarist. And he's now in California, so it's hard to communicate with him. And there are just so many great artists out there that I've listened to, and I just wanted to be the best drummer in the world, and write the greatest songs. And the song that you're going to be listening to, that we will, it's called Cowboy Ride. I wrote that in 1997. And I went through this massive catalog I have, over 2,500 recordings. And I thought, okay, I'm gonna do that one. And there's another one. The very first song I wrote was when I was 14. And it is a blues gospel song, and it's worthy to be heard. And I think I'll be doing that one soon. But there are just so many things. The crazy thing is Paul, I can't read music. Yet I feel it. I hear it. And when I'm coming up with stuff, it's just a part of me. And a lot of people say that's just incredible that I can do that, but I was never taught how to read music. But I can do all kinds of types of music, whether it's hip hop or country or rock. But it's something that it's just been natural for me to come up with lyrics. And I've been brought in numerous times to help finish a song. And one guy gave me the nickname The Finisher. And I thought that was really kind of him to say that. And it's kind of stuck with me. But I can come up with a lick and some lyrics quite easily, especially if the song connects with you. That's the whole thing. If the song connects with you, then it's just easy. And sometimes there are challenges. And if someone brings a song to me and I'll take a look at it, and maybe I'll change the bridge in it. And maybe the bridge they have is like not really connecting. Because to me, a bridge has to be as good or even better than a song. Because with that, you can make the song better. And sometimes people just put the wrong bridge in there. I can name off a whole bunch of songs that probably could have been number one if they would have had the right bridge. And it's just my opinion, it's just my opinion. But there's so much. When I shot the videos, I already had envisioned what I wanted to see. And Isaac Barker, he's the cinematographer that's amazing. He's professional, and he's been doing it for a long time. And he's got quite some notoriety under Red Castle Media. And again, Isaac Barker, he's a genius when it comes to, he has a fantastic eye, and and I was directing this. So he told me, he said, you've got some natural talent there. So um, I'm an amateur director as well. But in the videos, we only had one day to really shoot each video. And there are special things about this video. It was shot in the just south of Snowville, Utah. It's near the Idaho border, and they aren't acting. They're really doing a roundup, and we tried to get as much into it as we could. Now there's some acting parts that are in there, but it's all in my eyes. It had to be, with good taste and not cheesy. But everything, it's so hard to get the perfect shot. In the day that we did this, the wind was blowing so hard. We tried doing, the fire breathers that are in it. It was so hard to get a good shot because the wind was blowing in the wrong direction. And it was just it made things more difficult, challenging. But then on the other hand, when we did some of the trucks, when we did the truck doing the donuts, it worked out perfect. The wind was amazing. Now, there are some scenes from the mountains in the background, and they're about 11,000 feet above sea level. So they're beautiful, and the shot that's right there is actually from 3 or 4 scenes from Yellowstone. I think season 3 and season 5, where they were at the auction yard. That's really close to my home, this actual auction yard. But I can babble on and as much as possible. But if you have some questions for me, that'd be great.
Okay. Well, that's a great story, by the way, as far as how you got started, and it's a great story on the video too. Where can we find your music? I mean, is it everywhere on streaming? Do you have an official website? Are you on social media? I mean, tell us all that.
Well, my wife and I are trying to set up a website, but my videos and songs are on all platforms, Apple, Spotify, YouTube. My videos are definitely all going to be on YouTube or any platform that has videos. My wife has blasted out there. Amazon Music, and everything that can support music, we've tried putting it on there. And you can find Little Angry Tiger, Cowboy Ride. Just type it in the internet and it'll pop right up. When you type in Little Angry Tiger Cowboy Ride, is going to pop up instantly on your search because it's getting more traction. It's getting more notoriety.
Okay.
So yeah, Little Angry Tiger, Cowboy Ride, Diamonds Rust, another one's Face. That won't be featured in this interview, but Face is a special one because it has all varieties of different people in it. When you look at the video, the gal who starts out, she is an 8th degree black belt, and Robin is her name. And a lot of beautiful scenes with people doing various things. There's a deaf couple in there, and it is my wife's aunt and uncle, and they were born deaf. And they exchanged love and signed to each other in the video. There's a gal in there who's dressed in military fatigues, and her name's Tiffany. And Tiffany had a heart transplant 2 years to the date of the shooting of the video. So that's why she said, yes, I'll do it, because it's a special day for her. And I was a wreck when she told me. It's like, no, it was beautiful. it was a beautiful reason to be part of the video. I've had some special needs people in there. I have a friend in there, Anthony. He brought his family. There are just so many beautiful things about it. Now, there's a part of that video where my friend Spencer Anderson had loaned me these guitars, right? And he looked at me and said, if you break it, you buy it. And there were a lot of expensive guitars. And I told everyone there, you drop it, you. But there's a scene in there with a whole bunch. Now, Diamonds Rust, if you look at Diamonds Rust, it's a song about a man who feels regret for all the poor decisions that he made with his first love. So there's a scene where he's going up to a grave, and he's got a cabinet lid in his hand that says Kate and Alex. And I was wondering, gosh, what should I name this couple in this video? My wife said, Kate and Alex. And she said, you know why Kate and Alex? I'm like, remind me. She said, the lake house. And so it's kind of a plug that's in there for, Kate and Alex. But throughout the video, there's, the boyfriend, husband, and the wife, and he's found in a car with another woman. The funny part about this is it's Robin's kids, the one that was in Face.
Mm-hmm.
It's her children who are playing the roles of the wife, the husband, and the gal he's dealing with. So that's the funny part about it.
Okay.
But it's a beautiful song. I put guitar solos in there. I requested to Mike Fierstadt. I told him I want to mix Boston, Queen, Tesla, and EVH all together in these solos. And it took a little time, but he was able to pull together some of my thoughts, and he put together some beautiful guitar solos. And to me, it's a very melodic and beautiful guitar solo, powerful. And yeah, it's great. But that's Diamonds Rust, which isn't featured in this one, but there's just so much that we've done in such a short period of time. Anyway, sorry, Paul.
No, that's all right. Yeah, well, anyway, check him out on all the streaming platforms and everywhere he said, like YouTube and so forth. I know he'll love it. And I guess we're going to go right to the video in just a minute, but I want to thank you so much, Kim, for being on the show today. Come back anytime you want to come back on. We'll have you on sometime.
Well, I've got some other music that's coming the way, and soon I'll be sponsoring a bull rider, and my emblem's going to be on his jacket, and hopefully I'll get some more notoriety with that. And he'll be using Cowboy Ride. All right.
All right. Well, let's go watch the video right now. Here it is, Kim Creager with Cowboy Ride that begins right now.
Worn out boots, trusty robe, sweat-stained hat and leather coat. There's dust stuck in my throat at the end of every day. I'm just a simple man, pushing cattle just as fast as I can. Horse's name is Iron Man at the end of every day. I'm just like an eagle, I got wings to fly. Just give me a saddle and set me free. These cowboys gonna ride, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Come on, baby, set me free. Open that gate, let me be, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Throw your rope to the side. Gonna be a man, gonna take a ride. That factory life, breaking my back day and night. headed for a brand new life at the end of every day. Don't sit down the way I go, ain't gonna move to school here no more. There's places I will roam by the end of every day. I'm just like an eagle, I got wings to fly.